That's all right, don't worry, leave it.
Hi everybody, welcome to our meet and greet session today around our partnership summer offer. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Julie Jones. I'm the group manager for Early Help. We're just gonna, if it's all right for everybody, we're just gonna give it a couple more minutes because as we're talking, there's new people joining us. So thanks for joining us today. Just give us a couple of minutes. And we'll get some other people to join, hopefully. Yep. Okay, we've got some more joined in. So today's focus, as I've said, is around our meet and greet and our partnership offer. I'm pleased to welcome Jennifer Mellor, and who will introduce herself in a minute today, but she's taking us through the presentation and has been leading really on pulling together the information around the partnership offer. The session, just to let you all know, is being recorded, so for any colleagues that aren't able to join us today, you're able to point them in this direction. We will send a copy out of the slides to everybody that's attended, and of course the video will be available online, which we will send the links out to as well. The ideas really of these meet and greet sessions is to do exactly that, to understand what the offers are, what the services are out there on offer, and how we can all link into that. I guess my ask is the connecting and making those links is really down to you guys, and that's our ask, following us doing all of a number of meet and greets really sessions, that you take the initiative, you make that contact, and we really sort of seamlessly have an offer for children, young people and families within our borough, and show them how we can work well together and provide what we need to really to make life better for them. Our summer offer this year has obviously taken a little bit of a different direction than it normally has, given the current situation that we're in, and Jennifer will go through that. But I think what is important to say, we have come together more than ever as a partnership, I think, this year, to pull together the offer, to look at the demand. We've done some consultation with children and young people and parents to see, you know, how far they would allow their children to be involved in any group activities, one-to-ones and what have you. And what we are going to do, again differently than we've ever done before, is we will review it on a weekly basis, and the summer booklet that Jennifer will mention in a little while, we'll actually update on a weekly basis as well. So this is the current offer as it stands now, but please look out on a weekly basis for the updates, because there will be updates as we go through the 6-week programme of what we need to change and redevelop the offer to look like. So I'm now going to pass you over to Jennifer, who's going to take you through our offer. Thank you very much. There will be times for questions and answers at the end. Please use the links into question and answers, and we'll give a few minutes at the end of it to address anything that's been missed throughout the presentation. Thanks.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you for the introduction. Yes, I'm Jennifer Mellor. I'm presently the locality panel coordinator, but I have been leading on this year's summer offer. So I would like to just thank you for your interest today, and thank you for joining this webinar, and just your interest in the provisions that I'm going to be able to go through with you. So next slide, please. Okay, just to give you a slight overview on this year's summer offer. As the slide says, there is 4 elements to it, and there have been 3 previous webinars on these. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but I will just give you a slight overview. But I think Lorna at the end is going to give you the links to the previous webinars, because these 4 elements very much are aligned to each other. They complement each other, and will get people and children and young families that will actually be part of each of these processes potentially. So we've got our Keep in Touch, which we had last year, and that's open to early help lead professionals in schools, or people that have been identified as vulnerable with COVID-19. and that's for pupils and for families. Then we were looking to secure some funds from the Crime Commissioner, and we are delivering things to do delivered to you, which are a number of boxes that will be delivered to children and families. They're hopefully starting to go out next week. And they range from pamper boxes, movie nights, arts and crafts, cooking and wellbeing packs. And then we've got the activity booklet, which I'm going to talk to you today. And then the last element is there is support for children returning to school. And this is a 6-week programme for children and young people that are at risk of exclusion, risk of crime, or again, perhaps being identified as vulnerable under COVID-19. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so this is what I'm here to talk to you about. So this is our summer activity booklet. I was hoping to actually be able to give you the final version today, but because this has been a little bit of a roller coaster ride, we are a little bit behind on our schedule. But the booklet is absolutely packed with activities where we have had to think this year of outside of the box. For those of you that are familiar with the booklet, we've normally, most of it is face-to-face. It's sectioned into our localities, so north, south, east and west, and people have been able to go along to activities and enjoy everything that we've been able to offer. This year, because of obviously restrictions and the guidance that we've got, it's all very different. It's virtual, it's small groups, again a little bit of a roller coaster because the guidance has changed, and things in open spaces. So the booklet will look similar to the slide, not the same. And if you look at the far right one, week 1, so instead of it being locality biased, we will have week by week over the 6 weeks of school holidays, and we'll have sessions and activities that children, young people and families will be able to participate in. Very much a partnership offer. We've had lots of interaction from various companies and agencies that I'll talk to you about in a second. But just on the actual virtual side and the session side, the Zooming, we've got just over 144 sessions that people will be able to participate in. We're talking 25 sessions per week and sort of 4 or 5 per day. So it's a great offer that we've got for you this year. Okay, so next slide, please. So what's in the booklet? I think that's what you're all going to be interested in. Very difficult to go through everything in the 30 minutes that we've got, but this is just a flavour of what we've got. It's going to hit all ages, from youngsters to older to family. We've got the big live music event that we did something similar to last year, but I think it's called Talent Show. But we did a big live music event earlier this year and it was really successful. We are doing window art. So for children over the age of 9, they can request a canvas and then they can print, or sorry, not print, but paint the view from their window, and there'll be a competition at the end of the school holidays. We've got crazy cooking, we've got Zoom sessions, which is Tai Chi and meditation, virtual workshops for SEND children, and then we've got some fantastic storytelling on pre-recorded videos, and I believe some of these storytellings are from our own staff and their children. So I'm really looking forward to the Tiger That Came to Tea, because it's one of my favourites, which I used to tell my children. So I think we've got a really good offer. We've got football coaching, we've got Super Wiggles live sessions, and then we've also got activities in the parks as well. So like wildlife spotting, bug hotels. What else is on there? We've got virtual play sessions, and then anybody wanted any English or maths extra tuition, again, that's on there. And everything this year is free. There is no cost to any of these activities. And although I've talked about 144, that's just of the sessions. The things like the nature trails and everything else are all extra to that original offer. Okay, so next slide, please, Lorna. Okay, so as well as the weekly list of events, we're going to have virtual tours. So these tours, again, they'll be able to just hit on the link. So the booklet will be in paper version, but it will also be in PDF version. And I think the way we're moving at the moment, the greater emphasis this year will be put on the PDF version that will be sent out to everybody. So the tours, in all age groups, but they'll be able to have a tour around the Great Wall of China, Northern Lights, Colosseum, even Buckingham Palace, Legoland, Disneyland, the the Museum of Flight, Natural History Museum, and then there's access to the zoos as well, so you can watch the penguins being fed at Edinburgh Zoo. Which I think I just get quite excited about these tours. So I need to sort myself out really, but I do think those tours are brilliant opportunities. And then we've got all the useful information, so about all your park trails and healthy spaces. There's an app that you can download and have access to additional facilities. There are Youth Connect, talking about their youth club, that will be for, at the moment, a maximum of 10. But as we have no idea what things will happen over the next number of weeks in the school holidays, and whether or not our groups might be able to change. And then there's details on courses as well. So at the moment, there's 18 pages of useful information, activities, and it will suit all ages. As well as. So next slide, please. So how's it all going to work? So we're going to produce the booklet and produce a PDF version, and we need to send that out to everybody. We're hoping Friday should be our deadline for final draft all being signed off. So next week we should be able to get the PDF version out to you all. So once all that's sent out at the start of the school holidays, we will be issuing or releasing, should I say, on our on the council early help webpage. We'll be releasing these activities on a daily basis, and we'll also be advertising them on the council Facebook page. So once we've shared them, they will stay on for the whole of school holidays. So if children start talking about something that they've been party to, they've enjoyed, or perhaps they've gone out for the day, or they've got something else on, they'll be able to go back and have a look, or they'll be able to go on their PDF version and click on the link from yesterday or last week. So they will have the flexibility. We won't take them off till the end of the school holidays. The sessions, as I've gone through, they will have all been created to encourage learning, play, education. And there's some new skills there, like Tai Chi. A lot of people won't have been able to do that, or some of the crazy cooking facilities as well as. So, as Julie said, we're going to get this booklet out to you in the PDF version. But because of COVID-19 and because we've all learned, we've all had different experiences, we've all seen that we need to just change with what and how we're learning at the moment. So for the first time ever, we are actually going to update the PDF version, because we want to be able to accommodate anything that happens from now and during the school holidays. It's a little bit like a newspaper. As soon as we print that booklet, we can't be adding anything to it, but we can add to the PDF version and make sure we get you to know what's happening and what's new. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, just a quick look, because this isn't just a council opportunity. This booklet has been put together by a number of agencies. We have been working since January. We've been meeting up and trying to get this offer out to you. Of course, January, February time, there was no COVID and we were all planning face to face. So we all have had to adapt quite quickly. So I'm really sorry if I've missed anybody off, but it is just a flavour and it's just trying to get across to you all that this is very much an offer that has been put together by a lot of people. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, so what next? So we need to get the booklet out to you. Again, that's very much a talking point at the moment. How many copies do we get? We were thinking of dropping them all off at the schools, but they're not open. So they'll definitely go to the community hubs, they'll definitely go to the children's centres and wherever we think that they would be needed. I know in the south they're more, they would like the brochure more than the PDF version. So again, we'll concentrate in that area. But we really want to maximise the distribution of the PDF form of the booklet. So that will go out to all the agencies that have helped put this together. It will go out to today's distribution list and it will go out to partners. So what we would like you to do is promote that yourselves, talk about it. It's a time to talk so that people are aware that we have this offer and we want it to be utilised. We want people to access every one of those activities. So it's a time for you to share it. It's a time for you to share on social media if you can. Talk to your children, talk to your colleagues and make sure that everybody is aware that this is what we've got. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so the added benefit that we've got of this is that last year, once the booklet's gone out, we've been able to say, right, job done, let's now just go and enjoy all these activities. But I think this year, because of COVID and because we are now responding to local issues and local concerns, we're now in a position where we can decide whether or not we can enhance that offer. And we now have a strategic meeting that happens every Tuesday. It's a weekly meeting headed up by Julie and Isabel. And we're looking at the impact of COVID-19. So next slide, please. Okay, so at Tuesday meetings, we discuss our learning and what's happening with COVID. We're aware, and this is just again a flavour of what unfortunately is occurring out there in the borough. We do have an increase in domestic abuse, poverty, hunger is a concern, and how the community is responding to COVID-19. We know it's different in the south as it is to the east. We know there's hotspots of violence and ASB out there, and we know exploitation is still occurring. So we're meeting to see if there's anything we can do and target some new sessions that will address these local concerns. So this is why we're looking at being able to reissue, maybe on a weekly basis, the PDF version, and it just gives us that opportunity to get some some new sessions that we haven't been able to do up until now out to everybody, so that they're not more targeted, but targeted to these areas. And these are just some of the things that we're talking about to actually improve on the offer. So we'll update the PDF version, but I'm not sure actually if that, we've just had a conversation just before this webinar started. The actual web page that I put on the slide there might not be the up-to-date one, so we'll make sure that we get that. So any updates will be on our web page, but I will just check that is the correct site that we need to go on. But we'll obviously be talking to you, communicating to you via email, and keeping you up to date of what's happening. So next and final slide, I think it is. I was just going to say, actually, just before questions, if that's okay. We think the offer's fantastic. We think there's an awful lot of work gone into it by our agencies. We've all pulled together, we've all worked together and brought something off that we didn't expect at the beginning of this year that we would be doing. We've got the potential of making it slightly bigger, slightly better because of this opportunity that we've got to change it on a weekly basis. If you're not on the distribution list, we can absolutely add you to that. Please use my details or Kerry's, which is on the presentation. Or if you've got any sessions that you think you would like to be included in the offer, then please get in contact with us. We will need full details, details of what the offer is, when it's happening, if there's any links, or perhaps how you log on or book on, so that when we do issue the PDF version, it'd be a lot simpler and quicker. We need to be quite speedy with this. So thank you for your time today, and absolutely ready to take any questions from you.
Okay, thanks Jennifer, very informative session there. Can I just reiterate from a strategic point of view, anybody that's heard about the summer response that's coming from Barnardo's that the government is supporting, just to let you know, it's called the See Here Respond programme. Just to let you know that we have touch based locally with our regional sort of leads and making sure that their offer is in line with ours, and we're actually working together to make sure it's very localised. There's a number of themes that they have and a number of specific children and young people that they want to aim some targeted support at, and actually it replicates what Jennifer's just said and the sort of things that we've been looking at. So the additional offer around domestic abuse, mental health, as Jennifer said, poverty, hunger, risk of exploitation, missing or offending, young carers, you know, critical time for young carers that we need to be really mindful of, teenage behaviour support, and getting ready for transition and back into school, which of course will be our kit offer. So just while we wait, if anybody has got any questions, just to let you know that last count, and I don't know if Jennifer's got more up to date, I haven't looked today, but we'd got 180 referrals for our Keep in Touch offer. So quite a big ask this year. Any colleagues that are there from schools, we will be reporting back and giving you an update on an individual basis for every child, young person and the family that we've supported through the Keep in Touch offer this year, as we did last year. So quite excited about that and the opportunities that that brings. But have we got any so Fran's asked, is it possible to have a delivery of booklets to school before the end of term? Fran, am I right that term now ends the 17th, the week on Friday? I think, yeah, I think it does, yeah. We will certainly get some out, but if I'm honest, mostly it will be a PDF version this year, but we can certainly get some out to the schools, particularly if you're interested in that. We'll want to distribute it as far and wide as we possibly can. Is there a number limits to accessing the virtual sessions? No, there isn't. Absolutely not. We've made sure that the virtual sessions can take up to hundreds, I believe, of attendees. So no, there's no limit, and that's open to everybody that would like to join. As Jennifer said, the specific virtual sessions for young carers, for children in care, for some of our children with special education needs and disabilities, as well as our other children and young people within the borough. So quite a big offer really on a virtual basis. Anything else? Oh, Lucy's actually saying there's over 300 now for the Keep in Touch. I have to say I haven't had a chance to look today. So yeah, those referrals keep coming in. And obviously you've got until you break up for summer term to get those in, and we're busy in the background preparing for all of that. And I'm pleased to say we also have a really good skill set of volunteers coming from One Walsall. So we've got 20 volunteers that are coming to help us support the increased demand really over this summer. So that's quite a good and exciting opportunity as well. Yep, can we put PDF on our school websites? Absolutely, you can. Conscious, obviously, it's going to be updated, so absolutely put it on the website, and then we'll give you the link as well, so parents could go in and get the updated version on a weekly basis. That's not a problem whatsoever. Okay, I don't think I can see any more questions. Oh, is there one? Kerry's just telling me. Oh, sorry. So the capacity around all the referrals for KIP, absolutely. Sally's just asked, will we have that capacity? We will. As I've said, we've got 20 additional members of volunteers that are joining our team this year. We also have our nursery colleagues that work at our Stanley's Nursery in Birchall's that are joining us. So there's 18 members of staff there. And there's all of the early help and inclusion staff that are coming on board as well. So we have the biggest offer, I think, in preparation this year that we've ever had. Normally, for those that know, we normally actually employ some agency staff that oversee. Normally, they're newly qualified social workers waiting to go into posts, etc. That come in run the Keep in Touch offer for us. But we knew that there was going to be a lot more demand, and we've structured it this way this year. So I think we're quite confident at the moment, she says, that we've got the capacity to support all of those children. Really helped for colleagues that have joined us from school, that you've sort of given us an idea of what type of support, and although I hate the term rag rating, you have helped us to rag rate and sort of evidenced how much support and how frequent that support needs to be. So that's really helping us pull the individual plans in the background ready for us to get going. Is volunteering just through One Walsall? We have only gone through One Walsall at the moment because there were a number of staff that had been furloughed, or a number of that had got some capacity to come and join us. I guess if there's anybody else that's interested, we can consider that, but we have initially just gone through to our One Walsall colleagues at the moment, and we're in the depths of sorting out an induction programme for all of those volunteers. Can early years providers have a copy? Absolutely, we will send it out to everybody that we've got within our localities. We will send out the link. Anything else? No. Lorna's just put on there, we are doing, as you perhaps know, a number of these meet and greet sessions at the moment, nothing that we've done ever before. So if you could just take a couple of minutes to give us a little bit of feedback and let us know if it's pitched right, if they're the right length. We try to keep them within a half an hour slot, so everybody can join us. So if you could just take a couple of minutes, it helps us to improve or make amends to any future ones. But I think that is it. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for joining us, taking the I hope you found the session informative, and we will follow up our promise to get everything out to you by the end of this week, early part of next week. Thank you all very much. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.